Hi, I'm State Representative Doyle Heffley, and welcome to this edition of Legislative Report. Today we're in Carbon County at the Carbon Career and Technical Institute. We're going to be talking with Principal Borzak and also several students here about the programs that are offered here at Carbon Career and Technical Institute, as well as some of the future outlooks and job opportunities for students that come out of this program. Principal Borzak, thank you for taking the time to sit down and talk with us today.
My pleasure.
And welcome to this edition of Legislative Report.
Thank you for having me.
So I think it was last year or 2 years ago, we actually had a group of students, and I think yourself, out on the floor of the House floor for a resolution. And if you could just talk a little bit about, I think it's 2 or 3 years in a row now that CCTI has achieved some very high academic standards in the state.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank you for doing that. That was great. That was great. Everyone for the school community. Everyone was so proud, and our students, our staff, the community, to have and to be honored down there at the Capitol was something that historically we'll never forget. So that was great. And I think, again, it showcased the hard work that everyone put in here. Our students, every single day, the way they work. And the recognition was for the school performance profile, which are 3 years now. We were the highest vocational school in the state to have the highest SPP school performance report of all the comprehensive vocational schools in the state.
And that's awesome. I think it's important. The parents understand that when their children come to CCTI, they're going to learn a technical skill, but they're also going to get that academic foundation that they need. So it's not just learning one subject, but it's a broad range of subjects, and they're coming out with a skill set out of one of the top performing technical schools, if not the top performing technical school in the state. And I talked to some local employers. They have co-op programs with CCTI, and your graduates are coming out and going right into the workforce and not having to incur additional debt in training. If they choose to continue on to higher ed, they can. But I think the opportunities here, and so much that we talk about right now is STEM. So I don't know if you could maybe talk a little bit to our audience about STEM and why technical education is so important.
Basically, technical education gives, the old quote, gives students other ways to win. It gives them opportunities to get out there and meet the jobs that are in demand. And right now, the pendulum has swung to where the technical jobs are the jobs that are out there. And it gives a lot of students the ability to go and what I would call career maturity and develop early on to help decide what they want to do. And I think the vocational schools give students that opportunity. A specified career is what the career and technical schools are about. And again, you leave here, you're well prepared to go on to a four-year university with our academics here. And again, it's science, strong focus on science, on civics and government, on English and mathematics here, in addition to the high training in the vocational skills.
Yeah, I think that's very clear. Just a few days ago, I was at a policy committee hearing as we talked to local employers about job opportunities. And one of the things that was reiterated from every employer, whether it be in the tourism industry, to the high-tech manufacturing facilities throughout the Northeast region, and they all said the same thing. They want technical skilled workers, folks that understand mechanics, that can go out and build things, the welders, the machinists, and all those things that you train here, as well as your culinary class, which actually did a wonderful job. We got high remarks at our senior expo, that the students here prepared all the food for the senior expo. So I think you really have really stepped up, and I think it's important to understand what the jobs that are out there in our community right now, and that you can fulfill that role of training students to come out day one from graduation and enter into the workforce.
Well, that's our goal, and and basically we meet twice a year. We have an occupational advisory committee that meet twice a year, and it's made up of representatives from business and industry in all of our technical programs, and that's the heart of what we need to meet. And they're going to tell you the trends that are going on currently. Like what are the employers looking for? What are the current trends? What do the students need to know? What kind of machinery do they need to be trained on? And that's why we meet twice a year. So they keep our staff in the know, like what the students need to be trained on. And I think then you're graduating a well-prepared product, our students. And then a lot of our students are going in their co-op program, which our numbers are fantastic here at CCTI for, especially the size of Carbon County and the amount of students in comparison to other counties that are out on co-op is tremendous. And the employers want it. They're seeking our students out. And again, I think, Mr. Reinbold and myself, our teachers, it's our responsibility to the parents, to the community, to provide you with great workers and great students. I mean, that's our job, and we take it real seriously here. And goal driven. I mean, we get it in the students' heads from day one. Goals, setting goals, school-wide goals, individual goals, and we want them to get in that whole mindset. And again, it's not only developing the skills, but it's also developing the worker. And we focus once a week just on professional development skills in the technical area, so they know how to go out and be, how to communicate with their employers, to go out there and how to be prepared for an interview, how to go out, customer service skills. So all those things are in what you call like the hidden curriculum. They're all things we're teaching them daily here, in addition to their academics and their vocational skills.
When people think about manufacturing in Carbon County, I don't know if they fully understand the days of the New Jersey Zinc Company, which is still in operation, but those huge manufacturers aren't maybe there, but there's a lot of small manufacturers and machine shops. I mean, we're talking, I was at a machine shop and toured it, where they're sending products to China. They're the only company in the country that really designs and builds this specific auger for equipment that's shipped all over the world. And then you look at KME, the fact that we're building and sending fire trucks to Japan and China and New York City and LA. So all those are very important, and these are high-skilled jobs, as well as some of the local machine shops, the powdered metal industry that we have in this area. So there are a lot of opportunities, and I think it's great that you're working with the local workforce development, and what you're doing is you're building careers. I know sometimes people think, well, I don't know what I want to be, but you have that. If you have that technical background and that ability to get something done, you're always going to have a job. I know people that have graduated from this program, from the CCTI many years ago, that are extremely successful business owners that have developed businesses based on the skills that they learned here, plumbing companies and contractors, and so you really are training not just the workers of tomorrow, but the small business and the entrepreneurs of tomorrow that develop a skill set and then go out and create their own companies and create jobs.
One thing I do want to add with that, we tell the students all the time, and the parents, you can't outsource the career and technical. You need a haircut, you're not going to go to Mexico for it. You need your car fixed, you're not going to send it to Japan. You're going to go down the street to the local repairman. You need something done. Our jobs train you for that. We're going to keep jobs here. You need your plumber. You can't call to Kansas to have your plumber come here. You need to have local professionals to come out and help the community, and that's what we're training them here. Their jobs can't be outsourced, and so that's the best thing about our jobs. Machinists, every one of our 15 fields we offer here, and the vast amount throughout the entire state and all the vocational schools, they're going to help the communities, because the workers are going to be there and they're going to support their communities.
When you walk the halls here, and I would encourage anybody, if they had the opportunity, when you have your open house, to come up and check out the school, but also you're talking state-of-the-art equipment that the students are training on.
Yeah.
They're not looking at machines from 20, 30, or 40 years ago. These are high-tech, equipment that the students are learning, that they can come right out and be prepared for those jobs in the local community right away.
Yeah, our building is state-of-the-art. I mean, I feel fortunate every time I come in every single day. I know our staff does, our students. I mean, this is one of the most state-of-the-art facilities I've ever been in career and technical schools. I've been a lot throughout the state, and we're very fortunate from the support of our school districts, our community, that we're able to have such a great school here and have such great equipment. Our equipment meets and basically I would say exceeds a lot of what they're even going to be on in industry. So they're getting the best training here on the best equipment, and some of the best technical teachers in the state here too.
I think what's key is you look at Carbon County, started as an agrarian settlement back in around Revolutionary War time, came in to be one of the areas where anthracite coal had really built the region, and then our industrial background. But you have, so the work ethic in northeastern Pennsylvania and Carbon County is tremendous. I know sometimes you talk to people and they're like, well, what are we going to do with the next generation? And when I talk to your students and I see what they're learning here, and I see the work ethic and wanting to continue that tradition of hard work and community that has really made Carbon County what it is today, I think people can rest assured that the future generation coming up is going to be able to fill those roles, and your school is doing a great job to continue and promote those technical schools. We're going to head out now. We're going to talk to some of the students.
That'd be great.
And continue to see what all you have to offer here at CCTI.
Okay.
Mr. Borzak, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We're here with Kamara Harris, one of the students at our health medical facility here at CCTI. And as you can look around, you can definitely see this is state of the art. Do you enjoy class here at CCTI?
Yes, I do. It's really fun. You get to see what they do every day and be a part of it. It's really fun.
Awesome. Now, what made you decide to come to CCTI? What made you decide to obviously, you have your scrubs on, and so we had taken you out of class a little bit for this interview. But what are you looking forward to? What sparked your interest to get into the medical field? And what are your future plans?
Well, I heard good things about it from some of my friends. They said it was really good. The school provides a lot of opportunities for kids that you wouldn't get at a traditional high school. And I got into the medical field because I didn't know what it was at first. I thought it was just I didn't know it was this good.
You didn't know the school was this good?
Yeah, I thought it was just
yeah.
I don't know.
Now, do you have family or friends that work in the medical profession that sparked your interest to get?
My mom works with disabled people.
Okay.
Well, she used to, and so did my grandmother. So
So
just seeing that environment, helping people, it just made me want to do it.
Looking to continue that family tradition of helping people. That's
yeah,
awesome.
That's fun.
Great. Now, academically, so you have two parts to your learning here at CCTI. So you're learning your skill set that you're looking to for your career, but you're also working academically, doing math and English.
Yeah.
And what about the academic standards? Do you think?
Yeah, there's really a lot of help here. The teachers are really nice. It's not that hard if you pay attention. Some kids think that it's hard, but it's really not. And the teachers, you can't you really have to try to work to fail because the teachers are just really nice.
They want to make you succeed.
Yeah.
And I must say to all the students here at CCTI, doing a phenomenal job academically. We spoke to Principal Borzak earlier, and he commended what a great student body you have here at CCTI, but also the academic achievements that you've had on your standardized testing, the highest in the state 3 years in a row. That's phenomenal. But to you, that's got to put a lot of pressure to want to continue to achieve at that level. But I think it says a lot for the student body and for the faculty here at CCTI.
It does.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes today out of your time. I know you're anxious to get back to the class, but thank you for coming out today and talking with us. And best of luck in your future.
Thank you.
We're now here in the Precision Machine Shop class at CCTI, and we're going to talk to Derby Straub. And Derby, you're going to tell us a little bit about some national recognition that you received this past year. If you could just explain to everybody what you learned here, why you took this program, and how you've been able to excel.
This class was something I knew nothing about. I was always interested in auto mechanics and that sort of machining field of being internal engine blocks and all sorts of precise, but I never was around it in the environment. I wanted to see how much I could get involved in this class. I'd love to learn. That's why I decided to come up here I came up my freshman year of school, and the first time I stepped in here, I just loved the area. Loved all the precise work, precise tools, and all the metal work we do.
Yeah. And now you had participated in a national machining competition. If you could just explain a little bit about that.
That blew my mind being at Skills USA in Louisville, Kentucky in June. There was over 100 competitions, and I want to say 7,000 students competing in all areas of everything, not just machining, all sorts of skills. But the machining was unbelievable to see all the skill from other sending states that came, and it was just crazy. I couldn't believe it when I saw my name come up for first place.
Well, that's quite an honor, and thank you for bringing that back to the school that you represent here and the community in Carbon County. I think it's a testament to your ability, but also the school and the program here because of the academic awards that the school has received, and really helping to develop those technical skills and learning, and be able to come out of a school like this and continue on to either higher education or go right into the workforce. Do you know what your future plans are going to be?
I'm considering a couple different colleges. I'm going to look into Penn Tech up in Williamsport, and also Thaddeus Stevens in Lancaster. but I have to sit and give it some thought for a while. I haven't really considered yet.
Well, take your time, make the right choice. But in the meantime, just congratulations on your ability thus far, and for bringing those awards back to your school and your community, something that you and your family should be very proud of. And thank you for spending a little bit of time talking with us here today. We're going to speak to a few more students as we move forward. Thank you, Derby.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we're with Jackson Ring. You're also a student here at the in the precision machine shop here at CCTI. You're from Palmerton. Tell us a little bit about you competed at the state level and at the national level as well, and tell us a little bit about how the program here at CCTI is preparing you for the future, but also prepared you for the competition.
The great thing about attending CCTI is we have some of the best technology there is that a tech school can have. The reason why I was so successful in being a state champion and also competing at nationals is the machines that I have to work with. I have an awesome instructor, Mr. Keener. He'll help you with any question you could ever have about machining. He's so knowledgeable. Mm-hmm. I'm in the co-op program. I leave school at 11 o'clock and I go to work till 5 every day. It's a great program, and by coming to CCTI, it helped me get ready to go out in the field of work.
Now you're a senior. You're in your senior year also this year. And what are your future plans? Are you looking at the co-op you're working now, continuing there, or are you going to higher ed, or going to secondary education, or right into the workforce?
I plan on attending Penn Tech for an automated manufacturing class. I really enjoy machining. I absolutely love it.
Well, I'll tell you, in the conversations that we've had with many local employers and workforce development agencies, one of the things that are really in need of throughout northeastern Pennsylvania are machinists in those technical trades. So I commend you. Congratulations on your hard work, and it has paid off in your championships, and now moving on into the workforce and that co-op and the things that you're learning to carry forward with you. So thank you for spending a little bit of time and speaking with us here today. And enjoy. And as you can see, we have a very busy classroom behind us.
Yep.
And I really want to commend Mr. Keener as well for doing just a fabulous job. I've heard from a lot of the local employers about the students that are coming out of this program and their skills and their ability. So thank you for being a good representative of your school and your region.
Thank you.
Now we're in the HVAC classroom with Bryce Rivera, who's from Jim Thorpe and a student here at CCTI. Bryce, if you could talk to us a little bit about what made your decision to come to CCTI, about your class, what you've learned here, what your future plans are.
My decision that made me come here to CCTI was my sister. She was a marketing student that graduated in 2013, I believe. And she went to competitions like DECA and she got to nationals. Even though she didn't place, it's still that you get to go to different states and compete with other people. So I liked the way that she was doing things and that she was getting awards. So it was a better choice than a regular traditional high school that I would go to. So I picked this place. And then I picked HVAC because I know there's always going to be a need for heating and cooling, and that I could learn how to fix things in my own house without having to play a plumber or HVAC technician to fix things, because I could do it myself.
We were speaking a little bit about some of the opportunities in your career path. So what you're learning here, you're learning about fixing and repairing air conditioners, refrigeration units, plumbing, and heating. And these are jobs that are always going to be there, because everybody needs to be warm and cool. Where are you looking at going? Now you're in your senior year here?
I'm a junior.
A junior at CCTI, okay.
Yeah.
And what are your future plans?
My future plans is that I eventually want to make my way to Thaddeus Stevens on the two-year scholarship with 100% tuition.
Yeah.
If I play my cards right, I have to keep my grades high, score high on my NOCTIs, which is the end of my course test. And if I could do high and get Thaddeus Stevens, I'll do my 2 years over there. I'll work with articulated credits my senior year for the academics there, so I can only focus on HVAC and get out quicker. Yeah. Own my own business or be a CEO of a major industry leading in HVAC.
Well, I think it's so important that you look at some of the alternatives to just your traditional education. So you're learning all your English, your mathematics, and all your academics here, and you're also learning a skill and a trade that you're looking to build upon moving forward. So I commend you and all the students here at CCTI for the hard work that you put into it, and also Mr. Worth is your instructor here in the HVAC program. What about the instructors and the faculty here at the school?
All the instructors or faculties, they treat you like they're kids, because they're always trying to help you. They're trying to decide what's best for you, and they look at your strengths and tell you you're really good at this, and they try building up with you and your weaknesses. They tell you what your weakness is, and they try helping you become a stronger person as yourself. Either it's working in schoolwork. We have tutors that are always around that help us. If we tell our teacher we need a tutor, we could stay after school on Mondays or Thursdays and try raising our grades up, or just learning something that we don't know. It's always a great opportunity to just become a better person. It's not like we get singled out because we don't know something. We have that opportunity to go back and learn more.
Yeah. And that was one of the things when earlier in the program I spoke to Mr. Borzak, Principal Borzak, and he had said there's also, along with the technical schools and the academics that you're learning, there's also like a professional development.
Yeah, it's called a PDP.
Yeah.
So basically, we get a book, and it tells you about. It tries making you more professional. Like I could tell you personally, in HVAC, we treat this like a real job. We fill out time cards. We had to make reports on the things that we work. We look up parts list, all types of things that would be like a real job. And if we're absent one day, we have to call our teacher to make sure and let them know that we're not going to be absent. So it's like a real job. It's all professional here.
Bryce, thank you for your time today. I don't want to take you away from your learning and your academics. Best of luck in the future, and I just see all the students here working together as a team, and I think that's the key. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're here in the Computer Engineering Technology class at CCTI, and we're speaking with a student, Kyle Edwards, and Kyle is a junior here in the program. Kyle, if you could just tell our audience what brought you here to CCTI, why you chose this career path, and what your future plans are.
Well, when I was 10 years old, I've always had a thing for computers, and when I was about 11, I built my own computer from scratch. And then my friends told me that there was a school called CCTI, and I looked into it, and they had a computer engineering class. So I was like, since I love computers so much, I might as well try it out. And I came in here my freshman year, and I've been here 3 years, and I've enjoyed it ever since. I'm thinking about going to LTRI-C for 2 years, and then further my education as a network admin in Temple.
Well, there's some great opportunities, as we were speaking a little bit before we were on camera, about cybersecurity, and you hear so much about that. Could you talk to us a little bit about what you learned here in this classroom to prepare you going forward when it comes to issues like cybersecurity and some of the other things that are really affecting everybody in our community and our nation these days?
One of the main problems that we believe that people are having, and why everyone's getting hacked or bullied into doing something that they don't want to do, is because they have outdated operating systems. Now, if you have the updated operating systems, that makes the security packages more valuable, and that's so hackers won't be able to get into your system more. But people these days have easy passwords like password 123 with no capitals, and hackers can get into that in 5 minutes with a thing called dictionary attack. Okay. Now, I believe that if people were more smart and more educated on what type of passwords they use, I believe that people would not be getting hacked as much.
So your advice to the general public would be to protect yourself is to create a little bit more of a password that would be a little bit harder to figure out for those folks that are trying to get into the program. I thank you for your time, Kyle, today, and for allowing us to interrupt your class a little bit and speak to you about some of the opportunities in computer engineering. So thank you. Now we are in the marketing department here at CCTI. We're going to speak with Rachel Dixon. Rachel is from Palmerton, and you're a student here at CCTI. Tell us a little bit about what you like about the program. We are currently set up in the store, and in a few minutes we're going to have a lot of students coming in to purchase things in the store. So talk to us a little bit about the marketing class, what you've learned here, why you chose this, and what you're learning here working the counter at the store.
All right, well, what I definitely love about this marketing class is that we get a lot of real world experience. We go out and we talk to different people. We brush up our soft skills, which those are our people skills. We learn how to look people in the eyes when we talk to them, shake their hands, a lot of professional development stuff. And while we're in the school store here, we learn how to properly take stock. We learn how to adjust prices if need be, work the register, and it's just a lot of practical application. Because I personally am a visual learner, I need to see things, I need to experience things in order to learn them better, and it's a perfect opportunity to learn more things in the school store.
That's great. Now, and it's Mrs. Bartos?
Mrs. Bartow.
Bartow is your instructor here, and I've heard from the students and faculty how much they really appreciate the faculty and the time that the teachers put into the classroom is teaching you also about the technical skill and the skill that you're learning in marketing, but also about the professional development. And what are some of the things that you think the CCTI offers that maybe other schools, that it might be different than what other schools offer?
Well, I know that our school, we have a lot of professional, like you said, professional development opportunities, and we definitely touch on that a lot more than, say, a traditional school would, which I personally love that fact. And also, we also offer this program, this thing called articulated credit, which what that is you're, say, if I'm here in marketing right now, I am learning college level skills. So when I go out to university, I wouldn't have to take a class as long as someone from a traditional high school would, because I already have those skills that I learned at CCTI.
And now, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior, and do you have your future do you have a plan or mapped out what you want to do?
Well, right now, with my career-wise, I'm juggling something between international business or journalism, but hopefully if I can, I'll try and find something that incorporates both.
Okay.
That's definitely what I'm looking towards.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I know within a few minutes we're going to have a lot of customers coming into your store.
Yeah.
So thank you for your time and best
You're
of
welcome.
luck.
Thank you.
All right, and we're here now at CCTI at the culinary classroom. As you can see, it is a cafeteria and a restaurant, and we're here with Executive Chef AJ Burke. AJ, I thank you for helping us out at our Senior Expo this year. You did a wonderful job. I think the students just knocked it out of the park and providing everything for the seniors for luncheon at our expo. If you could talk to us a little bit about what it means to have the students come out and participate in community events like that.
Well, the kids had a great time, and we prepared all week for it, and it was part of our lessons throughout the week. And they just like getting out, meeting new people, and for a great cause. And they had a lot of fun. The one student, she was making the hot dogs. She said, "How many hot dogs do I have to make?" I said, 1,200. She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, 1,200." So it wasn't overwhelming for them, but they had a great time, and it gets them out to see what else is out there, and meet, interact with people their age, and see what the seniors are all about as well.
And I think it's important because they're learning the skill here that is really applicable to today's job market, and to see that application and being out as you have everything set up here for that actual just like they're working in the community, and I think it's really preparing those students for the careers of tomorrow. But I thank you for your time today, and that's all the time that we have for this episode of Legislative Report. Hope to see you next month.